Right, just everything is a little bit busted right now. Not really sure why. Sometimes Restream integration does not quite work. It's just infinitely loading. Anyway, yes. So I saw on the Bayo subreddit that there is a new patch for Bayo 3. The initial one, which I had a look at, it links on this page, appeared to be much more minor in terms of what changes they delivered with this one. This was like a day one patch from the sounds of it. But these seem much more in-depth adjustments, which is possibly quite damning about how they hadn't quite maybe tweaked some of these things for playability. So let's go through this. Combat adjustments, changes, and bug fixes. Also worth noting is that a number of Niflheim stage conditions have been adjusted to lower the difficulty. Yeah. So this is probably the key thing, is the activation for the block, for Viola's block, which sounds like some reasonable things here. So block activation window added after releasing block during the release animation, which sounds like they're widening the window for it, basically. Seems strange that they would allow block activation window. Is that just the block animation, or which time from block? Not sure about that. Added an additional animation when which time takes effect, making its activation easier to realize. So, not sure what that means exactly, but probably makes more sense once you play it. Which time duration has been increased, and activation window has been lengthened. So basically, she should be much easier to play as. When block is activated when player is attacked, player will receive damage, but block will succeed and activate which time. The new animation is just a wee bit of slowdown. I guess that makes sense, right? Like when Bayo dodges, she also has a bit of slowdown. But yeah, it looks like you can still. This one sounds like you can get which time. Well, this sounds weird. This one, player will receive damage effect, but block will succeed and activate which time. So does that mean you get damaged, or what does the damage effect mean? Block will succeed and activate which time. So that sounds like the good thing, but I don't know what this means. It sounds like what people are saying in the chat, which is basically a bat within, which is kind of like you got hit, but not really. Combo can continue with dodge offset when player uses block to activate which time, which from my very brief playing around with Viola, I thought you already could block offset. And this is probably a good one here. Well, this kind of is punishing, but for, you know, higher skilled players, if the block input is used repeatedly, which time duration will decrease. All very reasonable sounding changes. Adjustments made to prevent Viola's evasive input and Cheshire's summoning input from activating Assault Slave while maintaining invincibility if they are used in rapid succession. Unsure what that means, to be honest. This sounds like Viola's dodge and Cheshire's summoning input, which is, you know, the demon summon. I don't remember what Assault Slave is. I think that's the one that you press in lieu of a dodge, I think. While maintaining invincibility if they're used in rapid succession. You dodge and maybe, yeah. Weapons, Simoon. I don't know what this. Oh wait, no, I do know what that is. I don't remember what it is though. There's too many weapons. Even if dodged or blocked. So this sounds like you can only dodge charged attacks through a dodge, and not maybe through like other offsets. Not 100% sure there. Wink Slave can now be activated from PKP PKK for these weapons. I have not seen that one yet. I guess that makes sense because these are slow. These two, at the least, are slower weapons. I think this is something else. I'm assuming it must also be a big and slow weapon. Because yeah, these short string attacks with quote-unquote wicked weave endings don't normally have wink slave abilities, so I guess that's a nice like a tweak there they've added for certain weapons. And being able to cancel the summoning animation by dodging or blocking, which I would expect that from an action game. I'm curious what these are, because I have no frame of reference as to which Nilfheims these are. But they're probably, at a guess, the ones that people mostly call bullshit on. Haven't even looked at the book yet, no idea. This is basically in relation to that old picture book thing. Hey Twitch. Other adjustments. Time limits have been increased, difficulty has been lowered. This sounds like a good thing. Because sometimes they're really difficult in terms of the time required to complete them or collect the fragments. And wow, I cannot believe I did not add this in the beginning. This sounds very broad here. Hello, Leaf? Windy? What am I going to call you? Adjustments have been made to reduce situations with poor camera visibility. So I'm curious what this is. And this is a very broad umbrella of what this patch note does. And some minor bug fixes here, which I don't think I ever came across any. At least this one doesn't mention the one which I found when I was playing that Phantasmarania stage in Tokyo. But my impression from what people have said about this is that it nerfs this attack here. But yes, there are other patch notes too. You can look at these patch notes here. This was patch 1.1.0. And this was even before release, like a patch for the game. So maybe they'll continue to patch the game, right? I would be very curious to play the game now and see what has really changed. It sounds like a lot of the major problems have been they've tried to address some of the problems. I cannot say for sure whether it has been fixed properly. But yeah, I guess I will maybe do that later today. How is Annus looking? It's maybe 80% done. Tartarus is the door machine guns. Okay. Really wish I could give... The chat is like impossible to read right now, but it's okay, the chat doesn't really matter. But yeah, this looks really interesting, and I'd be very curious to play as Viola on this. Because I thought about Viola and I think it'd be really nice to actually just trying to figure out what her window is for the block animation, but it basically sounds like they've widened it, so maybe it's a bit more... Probably a guess is that they've adjusted it so it feels a little bit more like Bayonetta, rather than pressing dodge, you press the block button. Which I believe are different buttons in this game. Right. Let me just... This is an Anno stream, this is not a Bayo stream, but these things inevitably end up getting mixed up anyway, so, you know, that's how it is. How's everyone going? Did they fix the issue of not allowing air combos to transfer into ground combos? Interesting. Does not say specifically, but there are some very broad catch-alls in these patch notes. So I would suggest play around with that and have a look, probably. Kind of scared they're gonna give BO3 the DLC treatment. Has online play been a thing for BO3 at all? Not that I've delved too deep into this game yet. Into BO3 rather. DLC for more weapons and whatnot. I honestly don't know whether I'd want to see more weapons because it's already very overwhelming, the number that this game has. Nothing like tag climax, unfortunately. I mean, I was not personally a huge fan of tag climax, but, you know, the fact that a lot of people seem to enjoy it means I probably should have thought about including it. So online play sounds like it's limited purely just to online leaderboards, I guess. I want to see Madama Capri come back. Well, I'm guessing because she's in the game, Rosa must come back as a playable character, doesn't it? Tag could be revamped to be... It definitely could be. I guess the question is, because it appears, my impression from what people have been saying about BO3 is that it's very largely based off of Astral Chain. So I guess the question is, did Astral Chain have any kind of online play that they could copy effectively?
Ship constructed.
Alright. Bayonetta Collector's Edition Guide. Which one was that? Was that for 1 or 2? Or was that for something else? Okay, I'm just gonna like wait a little bit because I want to make sure that
just say the word.
The game's not gonna crash. That was for 1. Which one's that one? There's a couple. Bayonetta Collector's Edition Guide. Is that the one with the ribbon bookmark? Alright, I'm gonna settle more islands. And it's gonna be a big one because I'm going to make it my theater ride. Imagine if Bayo figured out how to tap into her Lumen heritage. Yes, the Future Press one. There wasn't a reprint of that, was there? Any other islands that I want to settle? Piss off. I forget how much I got mine for, but that was years ago before Bayonetta was like really big.
The thrill of discovering
but given
new
the
horizons.
limited nature of that specific book, unfortunately 300
Going on an
about
adventure?
Right.
Don't be scared if old Wibbly can also do it.
Look at what resources I've got. These things here. I'm going to need limestone. I do effectively want to make sure that I can
The
settle as
cherry
many islands
atop
as
our
possible.
beautiful friendship cake. No need to be so formal. Of course I accept.
Hey, I saw her first.
On our way.
Your trust in Bente makes me want to trust you.
That's nice.
Ship
Should have had
under
John
attack.
and Cereza. Eva. Who the hell is attacking me? What?
It's rare we leave any alive.
Bit more than that. This is a new run. Well, this is the run where you people have named everything. It's EO City. We're playing as Sir Redgrave. Yeah, this is the stream file. Like, I've got other files going on single player, but this is
Aye.
I use streaming. I think we need 8 of these.
Don't make me take it back.
Okay, so this is really confusing, this interface here, because I would have thought accept is the offer and demand is decline. And I really, really don't want to pay for it. Like, if I accept the offer, do I pay $18,000?
Generous
I
coming
did.
from you.
I don't fucking hate it. Alright. Heading to Big Island 2.
Unfurl the sail.
What am I trying
Much
to do?
to be thankful for.
I need to go to the... Oh, fucking hell. That was a little bit better. Another DirectX crash. So annoying because on my old install I had this working pretty stable. But this has not been at all stable at the moment. Although it is entirely possible that the game is overheating because it's pretty warm today. That probably means I lost all that because the autosave probably only occurs every 10 minutes or something. So, where's everyone in the stream from? Who is watching this stream at this weird time of the day? Canada, Australia, US. I've got some Australians. Switching this back to 11. What time is it in the... Oh, PM. Okay. Damn. I would have thought it'd be way later than that. There's like so many different factors that cause this game to crash, and especially when I'm trying to stream it, because I think the method in which you capture this game also affects whether this game crashes. Because this is a really well-coded game, and the best. Like, this is kind of why I hate PC games, because there's too many variables to tweak, and I don't really want to have to worry about that. I'm a dumb console gamer. Oh, good. At least it saves that part. It's alright. Flip in middle. Got that, okay. Fucking hate that. Thankfully, I have money.
I'd never have put a halfpenny on it.
Windows and steel. Right. So I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with this island. I think it's just going to be some crappy island till I get to bigger and better things. Good thing we live on an island. That is very true.
Confounded tricky this stage.
I just switched over from my other game where I'm like I'm way further in terms of progression, and it's really weird going back to this stage because it's really easy to manage comparatively.
Amazing, you know what to do with them all.
Alright, I am taking nominations for another
Typical
island
you
name.
to rub it in. When my board won't let me expand.
This feels like it's very similar to Grace.
Wow, have you got some big ones there?
Okay, Yosh City already has... What has been the theme? Everything has been Bayonetta themed, or me themed. So, work with that. But it doesn't have to meet that theme, right? It could be anything. Like, as long as it's memorable enough for me to be like, when I look at trade routes and know which island is going to which, that I can remember which one it is. New York City is the main one.
Look sharp, the governor's here.
Serious? Windows, right. Did they fix plain handguns having no finisher move? Did they not? Oh my gosh. Earpede?
Now you've got more islands than me.
Sure do, babe. One of these will eventually become a
Settle
island.
down. Where'd you get that island? Say yes, and I'll throw in the headed paper and all. This is a right old coop for you.
See, I don't understand that thing because every time I said yes, the last time I said
are
yes, I was forced to pay,
incomparable.
which was on the other side of that thing. Whoa, what the fuck happened there? Oh, crashed again. This fucking game. Saint Rekshaza? Was that a name for a... Is that a potential name for a island there? I will get back to it once this game unfucks itself. Maybe never. This is on console, no. No, this is on a PC, unfortunately. I don't believe they've got this game on console. Right, so DirectX 11 didn't really fix it, so let's continue trying to figure out what the problem is. I've tried all the usual things, but I don't believe windowed and windowed full screen change this, but I may as well try. Let's DirectX 11 is very finicky. Well, last time I managed to do this, DirectX 11 was more stable. So, I don't know. I'll try one thing at a time and we'll see what, if anything, may fix it. Trust me, this error is very well known online with it for this game, and there doesn't appear to be any one common way to fix it, unfortunately. Here we go. Is there a glitch with Umbran armor? And I'm back here to not having set all these up. Alright. Usually updating the GPU drivers does the job. I mean, yeah. This is a new install though, and I do believe the drivers have been updated. And I did update them again quite recently. But they're as up to date as maybe a week ago. We've already talked about the... Wow, that was even worse. Bloody hell. Bullshit. No, we already talked about the Bayo 3 patches, which I think I said I will stream a little bit later tonight. Maybe just lab some stuff, or just do whatever. No game stuff. Sounds like they made the main game a little less tedious. Wow, that's a weird thought. One hit kill jank. Man, there's a lot of bugs in Bayo that I am not aware of. I don't think we've got anyone in Twitch who is mod. Cannot actually see who's online. Well, okay, let's try that again. So, I keep seeing Kraken a lot, and I don't recall there being any woman whose name was Kraken. So what am I missing here? Would you like me to mod for the night? I have to get onto Twitch to do that. But yes, if you are open to doing that, I will happily take you up on that offer. Not signed in. Fucking hell. Hold on. Hot tick. Oh, I think we're done with spoilers now. Like, you know, there's certain things which I know will be a thing, so I guess anything that I haven't unlocked yet, you know, the game showed me that the platinum ticket, the thing, so I don't think I need to be kept in the dark about that. So, I think I did post on... How do I do this? Is that who I'm modding? Oh god. Alright, Sly? Senpai? You're a mod now. Rats. Okay. But at least it's okay with the title screen here. Okay. What did I try? Maybe I'll try going back to DirectX 12. What are my thoughts on the patch notes? It sounds promising, because it sounds like they've basically made Viola more similar in play style, or in terms of expectations of how a character should play in a Bayonetta game, more like that. So I think it sounds like they've made her more viable, effectively. I guess the real key thing is to actually go into that fucking Nilfheim and see whether I can do it or not. But yes, I was in the middle of saying how after I finished Bayo 3, I was looking around for combo videos, and I got some people to send some recommended ones to me because I couldn't find anything particularly like interesting, and I mean interesting in terms of tech, in terms of rather than here's a really flashy combo. Like, I don't really want to see flashy combos, I want to see tech. And there was a really interesting one that basically showed how you buff demon slave inputs in between like dodging and stuff, which sounds basically it obviously makes sense now that I think about it, but yeah, that obviously is just going to be an adjustment in terms of learning how to play like that, but that sounds like a good thing to me. So now that I know that exists, I just have to practice it and see how that goes. But it's basically stuff like that, and then also just learning what each weapon's properties can do to enemies, which is where I want to get into. Like, I will say a lot about Bayo 3 is that it has... Like, I don't even though I got pretty mad at Bayo 3, it wasn't like a Bayo 2 mad where it's like, this is basically trying to be Bayo 1 but not quite the same and a little bit more shit. So I think what I'm basically saying is I have more of a
We're
incentive.
having a riot!
I feel like I am more open to trying to get good at Bayo 3 effectively. Whether or not I have time for it is another thing, but it sounds like I may actually bother to put the time in. Like, it's really interesting how much of like a mixed bag Bayo 3 has been in terms of the I guess the discourse. Wow, DirectX error. Right, so that was with DirectX 12. I have a 1080 Ti or a 1080, I think. Pure plat runs. I don't know about doing pure plat runs just yet. Like, you have to remember when I first started playing Bayo 1, I was not good for a very long time. So I need to put in the goddamn time to start doing pure plat runs. And then, you know, maybe see whether you can do a pure plat run on the first go. I would hope that they've designed the game so that you can do it, but like, who the hell knows? Bayo 3's music is pretty good. Gamora water slide. I've seen a lot of posts on the subreddit talking shit about Kamiya for those things, and I don't know what people expect from Kamiya, to be quite honest. Surely it's not like a graphics. Crap, what did I change? I do think it was pretty decent that I got, what did I get overall? A silver overall for a standard playthrough, which was not terrible. Can anyone in the chat talk to what the differences are between standard and expert? Like, is it just the enemies hit harder, or what have they tweaked between those different difficulties? It's possible, although even though I would say Bayo 3 probably has a similar number of side, like, mini games as Wonderful 101, which made me, Wonderful 101 made me hugely bounce off. For some reason in Bayo 3 it doesn't feel as in your face. Standard and expert is basically okay. Maybe I'll start a new playthrough on expert. My impression of the Baal section was that basically non-stop treats you like your little king here in terms of damage. Alright, let's see if this frickin' works. Yeah, I think I mentioned it during the stream when I was doing the Baal Azul, I think the name is, section. I really wish that wasn't just looking at the enemies and which direction they're coming from, and actually more of a rhythm game, because I did see when I was trying to avoid adjust the noise gate a bit. Alright. I would have thought it'd be fine. It's mostly pulled up a little bit because I've got the fan running. What was I saying? Yeah, I really wish that wasn't just a press the button in the direction the enemies are attacking from and more of a rhythm game, because my thought when I saw a little bit of maybe I would say minor spoilers about the fact that there was going to be some sort of like rhythm game section. That's what I saw it. That's what I thought it was going to be, because that's how I saw it being described. I thought it was actually going to be more of a rhythm gamey kind of thing rather than just pressing buttons in the right direction. And to be honest, if it was a rhythm game, I would much prefer it. Maybe one of these days I'll reach these islands.
I'll boost to that.
Have it had a delay on her combos once activated. Yeah, it just sounds like I'm basically going to need to play as Viola for a bit, which I wanted to do anyway. When I next picked up the game, it was just maybe just play around with her in the training room. Like, sounds perfect. Sweet.
A new commission?
Okay.
I I see you're exploring yet more islands.
Okay, we're good. So this looks like it's alright. Maybe.
Before you expand again, remember what we said, alright? Wow, have you got some big ones there?
Yes, I did see that post. Which is a really interesting thing, isn't it? The fact that Viola takes 1.25 damage. So she's like the in-between version of Bayo and John. I guess that's another one of those things that just makes it feel like shit, to play as, basically. Certainly was a decision they made. Oh great, I had rearranged all that and that didn't happen. You'd think Viola would be the easier mode, but they made her harder for some reason. Yeah. I do wonder whether that's
Where
some
do we
sort of...
take the stuff without a warehouse? Look sharp, the governor's here.
Fucking what? I somehow managed to like... No. What are my thoughts about the new voice actor?
Nice day for
Does
it.
the job, is all I can say. I wouldn't say I personally don't think she's done an amazing job, but she did the job, so that's probably the only thing that really matters here. Whoa, zoomies. Maybe things are okay. I'm definitely going to jinx
I
it by
suppose
saying that.
expansion is always good.
Right, I'm waiting to unlock a university.
Settle down. Where'd you get that island?
I got a hospital.
Say yes, and I'll throw in the headed paper and all.
Okay, so if I do this, does that mean he pays me? Or if he does it, when he pays me, is it an offer?
Flaming Carruthers.
That within now works properly with Viola on the patch. There are just certain areas in which in which Jennifer does not really sound right, basically. Still waiting to build that variety theatre. Probably need to do Rome. Do you have wool? Wool and clay. No clay. It seems they removed the input buffer. Holy crap. Okay, this actually makes me a little bit excited to actually try and play the game because, yeah, that input buffer was really annoying. don't really want to delve into this, but what did Tara Strong do? Am I opening up a can of worms there I don't want to know anything about? No, there was just certain lines where she sounded like she could pass for Helena, but then a lot of the time it was like, that was a bit, not quite right, basically. And, okay. All three are going. She got into NFTs. Well, honestly, what celebrity didn't get into NFTs? Troy Baker also did NFTs, really?
All hands at the ready. Hope you're feeling resourceful.
NFT is actually dead now. That would be really good to know about. What's blueprint mode? No.
Taking a break, like you said we could.
What are the shortcuts? Does this thing tell me? Nope. Controls, okay. Blueprint. Oh my gosh. J is the ruin button. That makes so much sense. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out how to... toggle blueprint mode, that's a V, okay.
Flits, pickets, healthy, honest.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Crypto tech bro is still out there trying. A lot of bad actors. Well, isn't the whole thing about NFTs that they're basically
Hold the machines!
just MLMs, but for people who think they're too smart for MLMs? No. Okay. So the game looks like it hasn't crashed yet, touch wood, which looks alright. Okay, so right now my goal is to go make fur coats, but to make fur coats you needed cotton, and cotton is obviously something you can only do in the New World where they have cotton pickers and that whole colonialism crap and slavery. So that's what this expedition is doing, that's the New World. I need to assign a ship to this.
No bitter end in sight.
So, diplomacy is beer.
I hope
faith
I'm
is
not too
bread.
caught up to remember to eat once in a while.
And anything else I want to bring? Let's bring you. Cool. I still haven't looked at the Bayo spin-off game at all, so like I haven't watched any trailer or anything of it, I think. So I'm gonna probably want to do that at some point. Maybe I'll do that just before I start Bayo 3 today. Has diplomacy failed? But yeah, I personally wasn't a huge fan of oh, I was making space for power station here. Wasn't a huge fan of for a lot of like I keep thinking I want to call her Elena Taylor. Jennifer Hale's voice acting. Like, yeah, she's an accomplished voice actor, but she's trying to copy a voice which she's not very good at in terms of the accent, basically. The accent's bad. How she could be so bad at the accent. Bayo is going in a cute direction, it seems. Which... So I'm assuming this is also going to be a Nintendo exclusive. Is it going to be on the Switch? Gotta build a hospital because once you build a hospital, people start getting sick, which seems really silly. I should just not build a hospital. But no. Gotta build a hospital, otherwise people get sick. The fact that they have a naive angel mode. I should probably have a look at that as well, actually. Right. Did someone say this island was going to be called Saint something? What was it called? Rekshaza? We should have at least 2 hospitals. Have you seen how expensive hospitals are? Like, hospitals, they require steel and windows, and that's messed up. Can't afford that much. So one thing which I didn't know until kind of recently, this is kind of embarrassing given how many hours I've put into this game, is that putting down brick roads will extend the range of your buildings that offer a service to your residents.
Set our bearings right.
I remember in the gameplay trailer she said dance the wrong way, and that stunk. Taylor would say dance with a thick British accent, but Hale doesn't. Yeah, that's kinda crap. Sorry, what? Am I going around in circles? I am. Okay. I hope if when there is something more Bayo, they do a proper casting call, they get someone British. What if Bayonetta is too sexy? Really? Like, I mean, I guess Bayonetta always has had that problem, and that is definitely one thing which, for whatever reason or another in Bayo 3, you don't really get at all in terms of is that whole sexiness thing that Bayonetta is normally known for. Like, there was very little of it. I mean, even that fucking dance sequence, right? Like, I'm glad we got a dance sequence, but I'm not happy about the fact that it was really, I guess, teen friendly. Oh my gosh, and people, I never actually got to talk about the script, but people have been talking about it in the comments on the YouTube video. There were not very many memorable lines from that game. Like, not that I can remember in particular. The jiggly boob shot in the snail fight is weird. I don't even remember that. I'm assuming the snail fight people are talking about is in the Egypt level, if I remember right. Now it feels like it's normal. I mean, yeah. The world has changed a lot in the last 14 years or so. I do think Bayo 3 did one thing really well, and that was had a lot of variety of human-sized enemies. Like, that was really good. Because you fought French Bayo, you fought Rosa, you fought Egypt Jean, Strider kind of counts, I guess. He's kind of human-sized. And probably a heap more, which I'm forgetting. They were all very good. Just waiting to do that. It really annoys me, the fact that we're still having this conversation about whether over-sexualization is good or bad. Like, I personally don't have a huge deal with it. I know other people do, but then Bayonetta obviously wasn't the kind of... it wasn't marketed towards you then. Have I fully finished? I'm assuming we're talking about Bayo 3, and the answer is no. I have not fully finished that game. But at what point do you call fully finished the game, right? I finished the main story, which is probably what people wanted me to do, so they could hear me rage about the game or whatever, but I think they were maybe disappointed about that. I think you've put it quite well there, Bert. It just was very flat, that dancing. How did I get into Bayonetta? I don't think, like, perhaps that question has popped up enough that I need to probably answer it individually, but no, I can recall this every single time. Basically, before Bayonetta came out, so roughly 2008, 2009, I was doing a exchange through my uni in Sweden. So I had a lot of free time, basically. And I forget how it was I found out about Bayonetta, but Sega put a lot of effort into advertising that game at the time because it was a new IP, and that's probably how I came across it. Like, I was probably still reading, like, online game publications and stuff, so I probably saw advertising for it, and the screenshots for it looked really cool. I guess, like, the kind of European vibe that Bayonetta 1 had was really appealing to me. So basically, I kind of got hooked on it. I think I would have seen all of the trailers for it, like, from before the game came out, and basically got hooked on that. And then when I came home, was it then? So that was like my second to last year of university or something. It's such a long time ago, I feel old. But basically, it looked really interesting to me, and then I effectively went and bought it on PS3. Christ.
Call it the big guns.
Okay.
Ready for anything.
Yes, I played the game on the PS3 before, and I would have played it pre-patch. So back then, if you picked up like a witch heart or whatever, it would load for about 5 seconds or so. So
I could simply go to press.
It took a lot of dedication to want to stick with it effectively, but at the time, the PS3 was the only console that I had. So that's what I had to work with. And then I finished university in 2009, I think? 2010? I barely remember this. It would have been end of 2010, I think. And at some point I decided I was into Bayonetta enough that I got I got an Xbox 360 specifically to play the best version of the game at the time. And that's when I really got into it, but I was good enough on the PS3 to be able to do a Let's Play of it on the PS3, which is my first playlist on YouTube, probably. I don't know if that really answers how I got into Bayonetta, but there was just something very appealing about it. It's not like from like a sexuality thing. I think it was just really the gameplay, and there's a charm to that game still, which in spite of all the crap that game throws at you, you still look forward to it.
Await us.
Like, even though I've played the game so many times, oh my gosh, I do not remember this at all. Even though I've played the game so many times, there are certain cutscenes that I will still want to watch because they're that good. Whereas I don't really... Okay, can't say the same for Bayo 2 because I grew up in Bayo 2. For Bayo 3, none of the cutscenes had that same sort of level of, like, appeal to me either. Like, I don't remember any of them in particular. Like, perhaps the one, you know, where you get this random dance scene with a bunch of soldiers, right? Like, maybe I'll rewatch that. But none of the cutscenes in Bayo 3 were particularly good.
Fight if we must.
I do not remember that being a thing. Why do I want to do this? Oh, right, that's why it restocks shit. Okay. Bayo 1 feels like the embodiment of the term tough love. It sure is. Like, for sure, there are certain levels, like Route 666 is horrible. It's it's an absolutely horrible stage. But it's got like super iconic, you know, time to go vroom cutscene in it, right? Bayo 3 is like a Michael Bay movie, too much happening, a lot of substance. Yeah, like, there is nothing in Bayo 3 that is iconic. Bayo 1 has so many iconic, like, cutscenes. I'm not even sure which transformation sequence you're talking about, Karaxa. But yeah, like, it's really weird, right? Like, perhaps it's just the difference between a Kamiya-directed game and a Kamiya-supervised game, is that, you know, people like, what's his name, Hashimoto, and the other one, I can't remember the name, the one for 3, they're not Kamiya, right? They'll probably feel compelled to do certain things because Kamiya is writing the scenario, but they get to do what they want. And they're perfectly adequate directors, I just don't think they're very interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Bayo 1 definitely has very high highs and very low lows, is what I'd say. The rest of the games, as in Bayo 2 and 3, are a bit more middling.
I dream of better.
Wonderful 101 has the best ending I've ever seen in a game, but I also really suck at that game, and I also really, really, really bounce off all of the fucking mini-games in that game, which means I would never fucking want to play it or get good at it. The mini-games in Chapter 6 have no checkpoints. Amazing. I mean, they've shown that they can patch it, right? I don't think, like, Bayo 1 didn't really have any patches, did it? Apart from Bayo 1 PS3, I don't think it had too many patches. Is there no casual outfit? That seems like a lost opportunity there.
You can boss me around all you like.
Okay, boy. Guess we'll go with this.
We careen into the unknown. Wild things pursue us. We're adequately stocked.
Barely any actual outfits in 3. Wow. I guess they figured having all
These
the alternate
fabled lands.
having all the alternate bayos.
Session unlocked.
Alright, give me my boat. That looks very different. Give me my boat.
Enchanté. If me and my people should misbehave, remember.
Alright, this
there's
is what I was
misbehaving
waiting
all
for
over.
here, is that I wanted to get to the New World.
I am Isabel Sarmento, and I will see my country free.
Okay, we're taking
Are
this
you
big
with
boy
me
island.
or against me?
That's not a question, we're taking it.
Go. I trust you.
These fabled lands exist after all.
It's hard to get ships. We are lucky to have friends to help us.
AO3 prologue cutscene is pre-rendered.
Admiral! Admiral!
Bayo 2 had the definitely had the best collection, like in terms of the range of outfits possible.
Too
the best.
cultured for us scrubbers.
I mean, I personally wasn't a fan of a lot of them, but they definitely had a lot of them. Two boats heading to the big island, but we are gonna want to get another island soon. Did I pure plat Bayo 2? I pure platted the game on 3rd climax, which I think is equivalent to hard. But I didn't do anything else with Bayo 2 because it really fucked me off. Kamiya said they want Sega outfits, but Sega told them no. That's unfortunate. Which sequel do I personally prefer? I need to give 3 some more time before I fully say so. Like 2 didn't really feel like a sequel to me, unfortunately. Like a standalone sequel of its that can stand on its own 2 legs. Personally, to me, did not feel like a sequel. And I guess that already says I kind of prefer Bayo 3 over Bayo 2. Oh, they're unskippable cutscenes in Bayo 3. Fucking great. Fucking great. Sounds like the checkpoints in Bayo 3 could be a little bit better. I would need to play with it myself, obviously. Alright, you guys are happy enough if I leave you to your own devices, right? Bayo 3 feels more fair, which is an interesting thing to say given how bullshit some of the time requirements are. One thing that really stinks about 3 is that it feels like half the time it's a minigame and not just regular Bayo 3. I'm not sure which skit you're talking about there, but I can probably guess. I've not watched all of his videos, but yeah. So I'm going to settle that island, and I'm going to need something with orchid fertility. Possibly more. Ooh. Need tobacco, need orchids, need pearls. Tobacco? I need to settle a couple, okay. What's the second one I'm gonna settle? Probably just makes sense to take these ones. I've got a lot of everything that I already need. I just need tobacco and this stuff? I need this stuff. So I should probably take this one first. Alright. I'm over here for a sec.
Steersman.
I think I talked about it at the
Charles
time.
Berry, madame.
I think it feels a little bit silly that they keep bringing in friendship and red and black and all the associated like tracks in every single game. Like, it's starting to feel like a joke. Like, I get it, they're very good tracks, but can we like make a new genre tune? That'd be cool. No bauxite on here. That's annoying. Okay.
Good and ready.
You need.
I see you're exploring yet more islands.
Actually, no. Need
Before
that,
you
and then
expand
need that,
again, remember what we said, alright?
because I just want to settle this island. So
Wow,
no one
have you
else can
got
take
some
it.
big ones
Take
there.
the rudder.
All hands at the ready. We're adrift.
I'd rather not kill snakes, it'd be bad. Hooray! Yeah, I mean, we already talked about how crappy John's hair and stuff is, right? Okay. Let's get some wood on here. The hair physics are a little bit better. It's hard to say because you never play as
We're
her,
not
do
going
you?
far without more hands.
You reached a new milestone.
Bayo 3 Jean hair physics works lots better in the technical term. Yeah, it's hard for me to say because you don't play as her. You don't play as her in a regular sense in the main game, do you?
As long as you preserve what's already there.
You just crossed paths with the Great Wibbly.
Yeah. Alrighty. I need a whole lot more of these buddies. So glad they have this ability to move things now. Did I have a particular favourite of the masquerades? To be honest, the game had too much going on for me to really say
But where to?
which one's my favourite.
You should go sit in the shade, boss.
There's like just my problem with the game is that there's just too much going on with it, and that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. It's just I'm not used to it yet because I've only just played the game, guys. Like, calm the heck down. Okay.
We are fine.
Yes, you're fine. Okay. Did I feel disappointed that the concept art has no rejected designs? Well, it's just kind of a repeat of what they did for Bayo 2, which was only show the designs that went through and not the ones that, you know, they had to go back and forth on. Or, or perhaps, you know, Mari Shimazaki is that good now that they just let her do whatever and she just makes it up and they're like, yeah, that looks good. Maybe it's that. Tiny island. Kind of wish I knew what that's gonna look like, but okay. Do love the puppet masquerade on Tartarus. The design for that one's pretty creepy, I guess. It's pretty cool. Need more wood. Alright, one thing at a time. The spider had some janky shit going on, which I was not huge on. So personally, I didn't like it, but again, this is all stuff that is probably just going to get fixed eventually once I'm used to playing the game.
The fire is out of control.
There is a Thanks for telling me, Faye. Apparently the spider is the fastest, which is sad because I really hate how it platforms. Like, that was one thing I really couldn't get over in Bayo 3. It's just the changes in platforming each one of the masquerade demons gives you. Like, it kind of just fucks with my mind. How that works.
An aviary is fine when it moves.
Y'all are happy with the variety theatre? Now go away, I'm trying to sort this stuff out. May I open a big can of worms regarding Bayo 3? Hey, as long as you're not gonna, like, I don't know, bomb threats or whatever bullshit, it's all cool. I would have appreciated normal beast withins, yeah. Like, they feel... Okay, it's purely because I'm the most familiar with them, but they just feel more easy to control than the rest of them. So I'm not huge on them personally. Okay, I need to get rum going. Rum is really important because it's money.
The fire left ruins behind.
Where am I going to put this? So that track you heard just now is a new track, and it is definitely slapping. Well, for some reason people were talking in the comments on that video about supposed bomb threats, which there's probably some sort of weird exceptionalism here happening with, or, you know, just people making shit up, basically, about how bad people who hate Bayo 3 are, possibly. Yeah, supposedly there were bomb threats or some shit happening, or, yeah, horrible internet level stuff. Which I wasn't aware of. Perhaps, you know, perhaps the mods caught it. Who the heck knows?
Hey, Baka!
Well, supposedly some people rewatched the recording and there was no such thing as a bomb threat, so who the fuck knows? Ugh. But it just kind of matches up with all the crappy things people have been saying about Bayo 3 and their inability to, I guess, just temper expectations.
You reached a new milestone.
See, all I'm getting is that perhaps people are just getting a little bit too worked up about everything. Like, the internet is a mistake. Can we all just agree on that? At least we can say with some confidence the Bayo fandom is split clean in half. Just don't understand why people are so mad. Can people just fucking chill? I think I remember even asking for some chill back when the voice acting controversy was happening, and people couldn't even do that, for Christ's sakes.
I'll go grab my hoe.
Lack of touching grass, yeah. Look, all I'm saying is that COVID did a lot of things to people, and people probably need to learn to chill the fuck out. Okay, I need to plan where my train route's gonna go, so let's do that, roughly. I feel like there's this trend of people expecting that video games or whatever are going to solve their fucking problems, and you really should not treat anything like that you can't control as though that's something you should place your worth or your health or your mental capacity on. People believe that when you disagree with someone. Yeah, I mean, basically what you're saying there. Like, sometimes I really hate people, is all I can really say. Okay, I need to start making rum. Okay, so that's not quite going to work. I mean, yeah, people can only exist in terms of like extremes. There is no such thing as nuance. These crappy ones. Don't tie your self-worth to the media you consume, basically. But yeah, but it appears like a lot of the fandom, at least the Bayo fandom, are quite young. And therefore are still perhaps a little underdeveloped in that sense. Making your whole personality hating Bayo 3. Well, it's very easy to assume people do that because when you're online, when you're online, people only see one facet of you. And you don't, there's probably a lot more going underneath it other than just hating Bayo or whatever. But I don't know, learn to fucking chill. Like, I said what I said about Bayo 2 is because people wanted to hear my opinions about Bayo 2, and I effectively made the platform for myself to be able to do it. But now it's like, oh, everyone needs to hear about how much Bayo 3 sucks and how everything's bad. Thanks, Cracks. Go to bed. Maybe you'll catch the stream later today. There'll be a Bayo stream later today, I think. You enjoyed Bayo 3, which is why I can't have fun savaging the things you hate about it. I guess that's the real difference here, because when I was shitting on Bayo 2, I was properly shitting on Bayo 2. And at the time, when I first played Bayo 2, there was certainly not any sort of like self-awareness in terms of how mad I sounded. Of course, I'm a different person now. It has been nearly 10 years since that game came out. Oh, I even saw like some ridiculous comment on a combo video by Daedron12, I think it is. Someone talking shit about Setnaro. And it's just like, what the hell is wrong with people that they just bring on like shit? They just shit talk people in what is effectively a very small community. All of the big Bayo players kind of know each other. Like, why would you talk shit about someone like in an environment knowing that they're probably going to see it? Ponchos. Let me just lay this thing out. Okay, where is this going? I guess you'll go over somewhere over here.
Thank you for all you've done. You are too kind.
What's this gift? Sail to Jorgensen's Jolly Cliff.
On our way!
That shade was so unneeded. Yes, extremely unneeded. If you look up Daedron12, DAEDRON12, look up that person's channel. I don't know what they identify as. They released like an initial Bayo 3 combo video, and if you do the bad thing and scroll down to the YouTube comments, you will find how someone is extremely salty about how Set responded to the game. Basically, again, just a reminder that people on the internet are trash. Can't put you there. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Oh, don't worry about sounding, you know, like, this game has so many issues, I'm not going to take anything personally about people trying to help out or whatever, so it's all cool, man.
Sun is hot today. Help the old man with a hat, por favor.
Oh, so I have to show this eventually. I'll try to do this. So, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know this was a thing in this game, but there is a first-person mode. And you can run around and look into your town and look at all your little people and look at your repetitive streets. I guess it perhaps is an incentive for you to make your town nice. Is the combo video good though? It's okay. It's kind of very classic Bayo combo things, which is just juggling enemies, and that's
you're a jellyfish.
not hugely interesting to me, because it didn't show anything special from what I recall in terms of like
Dream of wide blue horizons?
or anything to do
Apply
with Demon
within.
Slave, or the Masquerade stuff effectively. So for me, it was a so-so combo video. I'm looking for combo videos which are basically showing you stuff with tech.
You could always be relied upon to do the right
always
thing.
gave me a tiger for some
for a
reason.
challenge.
Ceasefire has ended.
Give me a tiger. Writing this made me sound petty. Why are people throwing shit to Set so much? Yeah, I don't really understand why Set has gotten the ire of it all. I figure it used to be me, and then I sort of like stopped participating in the Bayo fandom, so that's probably why he gets it now, most likely.
Flap the flag of freedom.
Need to get...
sun flood.
I need to get rum. How's my rum going? I need more of it.
Stand aside, boss.
Yeah, like, for me, Set just says stuff that I would have said about the games back when I was, you know, still giving a shit about what people wanted to, like... When I was still giving a shit about trying to tell people why Bayo 2 wasn't as good as people thought it was. But these days, I've just turned off on the internet, and it's amazing. The best thing ever. And it's really shitty, right? Because Set does a lot, like, in terms of actually trying to bring, like, fans and stuff together to do stuff that, you know, celebrates Bayonetta. Like, he does a really good job with that. Stuff that I could never ever really bother doing. I did very low effort stuff. He's got, like, a Discord server, and he's got many collab projects, you know, for combo videos. It's really, really good. And I don't know why people hate him so much. It's a real shame.
Mediocre.
Yeah, you want a church. Need wood for that. Let's get more people. He has a Bayo Discord server, yeah. Something that I could never be bothered setting up because I don't really hang out on Discord, to be honest. But he's got like specifically a Discord to talk about high-level techniques and stuff, which is probably basically what someone like myself would have wanted to set up, you know, when I had the wherewithal to care about that stuff. But these days, no. I have very intentionally taken myself out of that stuff now. Yeah, it's probably because he basically did what I did back in the day with Bayo 2, and because I wasn't active anymore, someone had to get the fucking flack for it. All I'm saying is that it feels like there are a lot of people in the Bayo fandom who are really, really toxic. Have I got a surplus of rum? Probably gonna want more. Bayo 3's air dodge irritates me. Yeah, I mean... It's the air dodge from 2, which is really shit. Like, why did they remove, like, momentum in that game? It just dies. Week 1 of Bayo 3 felt like a world race into the discovering tech. Yeah, I'm not interested in trying to do that, to be honest. Like, I'd rather someone else do the work for me and I can just, like, reap the benefits.
You can rely on us.
Let's... Oh, I need to get cotton. Right. Where am I going to put all this stuff? I guess I'm just going to have to rearrange all this stuff later when it matters. Bayo in Bayo 3 feel less snappy. Bayo in Bayo 3 certainly felt not as snappy as she normally would. Not pretty sure why I put that gap there. It's a really interesting decision, that they decided to make Bayonetta feel that way, because she certainly doesn't feel that way in the first game. Oh, freaking Umbran Spear, the wind up on it, like, the fact that you have to unlock it for every single weapon is really dumb. I'm not a huge fan of that one, personally. Cotton mills. Yeah, sure. More wood, please. I know I've only built 2 lumberjacks, but please. I didn't like Bayo in Bayo 2 because her dodge made her feel sluggish to me. And I really dislike how there's so many of these crows and cats, or like, you know, the Umbran Tears of Blood to collect, as well as the puzzle chests, which require you to know which version of Umbran Spear you want to use. Because basically the platforming in that game does not feel fun. Yeah, like, I don't really understand why they had to change it to do that. Like, they introduced 2 other currencies, which, sure, whatever. The skill trees are... It's probably a holdover from when the game was going to be more open world and probably more RPG-ish. Which is kind of crap.
Bien hecho. Good job.
Okay, obrero.
You reached a new milestone.
We unlocked it yet? Hacienda, baby. We also need bricks for that.
We will help you build something better.
Oh, okay. Gonna need more people. That one extra chapter level where it was just platforming. Which one was that one? Did I just scrub out of my brain? Okay, probably not worth doing a hacienda here. I'll do it on the big island.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Like, it made sense to buy abilities for your demons specifically. And it made sense that it would not be a shared ability, it would be a demon specific thing. So yeah, use the skill trees for the demons, but the skill tree for unlocking weapon specific techniques was dumb. I don't like them. Might have been a Tears of Blood chapter. I didn't unlock it. Yeah, there's a lot to do, so when I get back to the game later today, we'll, start unlocking shit and revisiting chapters and whatever. And maybe eventually I'll feel comfortable enough to do the game in, like, expert mode?
We put our hopes in the right place.
Okay, I would like to go to Hacienda though, because it takes up way less space. But then I need to worry about... Okay, let's not bother with that. Okay.
These fabled lands exist after all.
That is surely not the layout for this. Oh, maybe it's nested.
A check copy? What glad news.
You gained an influence bonus.
Is that what I want? I don't remember the layout for this now. Alright, go to bed. Thanks for stopping by, Miku. Non-stop isn't that bad when you have all upgrades. Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it? Do I do that, maybe? No, that doesn't work. I never remember my layouts for this. I had a layout where it tiles nicely, and this isn't it. Maybe it's that? Does not feel like it should be that though. Not terrible. Bay 3 is still very easy save for Viola's missions. Well, I do wonder whether the patch notes will change that. It does seem like they've made it a lot easier to handle her. Whoops, don't know. We'll look at the Chivos. This is a terrible layout. What the fuck is it? I'm just gonna do that for now. Need to grow corn. I do want to put tractors here eventually, but that's not my top priority now. The fuck is this? So, I know I may have asked this already, but what's the deal with the improv bonus? Maybe it was from that direction. I'll figure this out. But I did that, and doesn't tile neatly. Okay, so perhaps there's a bit of an over-exaggeration about some people saying how terrible the chat was. Still not amazing. Does she actually have a bat with an animation now? Is that what they basically implied?
Hola.
Yes. I want more corn. I don't know how people get to these workplaces, but it works, apparently. Not a bat within animation, but her block now has a bat within function in that it activates in the frame that you're getting hit. So that wasn't very clear to me from the patch notes. Does that also mean that you get hit? Or is that not happening? Rum is looking excellent. Okay. You don't get hit, it looks like it, but no. Okay, because that was very poorly explained, if you ask me. Right, we're taking this to the old world so we can get some flippin' money. And cotton. Now wish Viola had beast within of any sort. You know, I don't mind, like, the fact that she still has some sort of dash dash functionality is still fine to me. Because, you know, she had to be that way because of her daddy, right? She had to be. So it's not surprising to me that she has that swinging thing, whatever that thing's called. Luca's swing thing.
I wouldn't call these lean years.
Oh, there's the fairy form too. Oh, so many freaking mechanics in that game. Forget how there's that whole L3, R3 function as well. How would I rank the Bayo games? I think I already talked about this earlier today. Like, it's probably too soon to really rank it because I haven't given Bayo 3 a lot of time.
I bet they let Machinas do all the work where you come from.
Initial impressions, I think the bosses are slightly better in 3 than in 1, actually. Because in Bayo 3 you get more variety of human-sized enemies, like bosses. I like them a lot. They were pretty fun. But I don't... Yeah, I'd need to play the game a lot more to really know. I think in terms of consistency in the combat realm, Bayo 1 still appears to be the best. But you know, caveat there with Bayo 3, I haven't really played around with it too much yet. Bayo 2 relies too hard on witch time, which seems like it ruins my favourite mechanic. Bayo 2's problems are effectively based around the fact that enemies can block you for whatever reason. Their appearance doesn't reflect their ability to parry you at all. And you can't really hit some enemies unless you're in witch time. Like, it's a fun game to play casually. I think Sean there is getting along there, getting to that point. It's a very fun casual game to play, but it's not
even
fun
dream
to
what is yet to
play at a
come.
high level, in my opinion. And a while back I was theorizing perhaps why people liked Bayo 2, and asked for some people who actually enjoyed Bayo 2 at a high level, and in my impression of those people were that they weren't playing the game at a higher level. So it still stands, my point still stands about Bayo 2 being a game that people play casually. I personally think the progression of the gameplay systems in 3 is a good thing. The core Bayo gameplay experience is getting a little bit dull, if you ask me. So I think they've added a lot of different systems, which makes it really interesting. But time will tell as to whether it's a good game. It sounds like, you know, Platinum Games are still tweaking it, basically. Like, I would guess that the patch that just got released is not because of player feedback. It's probably something that came from testing.
You know my struggles, bro.
What am I trying to do? Trying to unlock aluminium. So I don't have aluminium on this thing. I don't want to be forced to use witch time. The fun is that it feels like a reward. 3 has some weapons with fun flavour. I'm assuming non-stop in 3 also keeps witch time. Our Runa glitch and the Kraken glitch was definitely from player testing. Was that the one where it says in the patch notes that sometimes enemies would just instantly die when you grabbed them? It does kind of feel to me, my impression is that they shipped an incomplete game. Right, what what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to build up Hacienda Town. Hacienda requires bricks and wood. So let's let that build up the wood. Is this... Why did you not tell me about this?
The mark of dread upon us. Worth eating biscuit for.
Oh, motherfucker. AO3 Fade Gun? Blade Gun? Microphone sucks, hammer sucks. Oh my gosh. I really, really hate the voice acting for the microphone. It just sounds so pissweak and terrible.
You give us a voice.
What a happy vision of yours.
Okay, do we have cotton yet? Nope. Bayo 3 is much slower than 1 overall, probably due to frame rate maybe. There are certainly some sections in Bayo 3 where it's noticeable, there is a noticeable frame drop. Demon Slave could be improved if the combo system wasn't actually formed around it. Bayo 3 has the worst voice acting and graphics. I'd say Luca and John are still fine. How does she read that line? We will rock you, or something like that. It's bad. I don't like it. Bad. Fortissimo. Yeah, bad. It bad. I don't like it's just really evident just not a great reading those lines were. And the taunts are so poopy.
So gratifying to live here.
I need more obreros so we can unlock more things.
If we reach the top, the world's life is
want?
great here. We can
Town
set an
hall?
example.
Sure. Oh, the lines when she does is Demon Masquerade. Do it. All out of juice. It's what we've got, so we just gotta live with it, but I'm not a huge fan of them. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I don't like the voice acting in that game. It isn't ever gonna be anything else though, unfortunately. Do I not have any bricks? I don't. Okay. Probably should do that. John has some good mic lines. I haven't played around with John's, so maybe we'll have a look at that. Need more obreros. Okay. Oh damn. You know what, I'm gonna stop there because I need to have a break. I've been sitting at my computer for way too long and it's quite warm up here. So I'm gonna call that the Anno stream for the day. And I should hopefully see you folks soon, because I'll pull up some Bayo 3 again. So, thanks for coming along, and I hopefully see you soon. It seems like the game is stable now. That's good, because I don't know what I changed, because I literally flipped it back to DirectX 12 and I didn't, like, this is playing on full screen mode, I think. So I literally haven't changed anything apart from verified the game files, and it seems to be working okay. This fucking game, guys. Save any Bayo thoughts for the Bayo stream later today. But thanks everyone for spending your time with me. See you folks later.